Well, hello, SimFans. Happy Wednesday night, and welcome to the live stream. It is so good to see you all. Welcome, welcome, and we're in for an exciting flight as we experience the new Boris AudioWorks Soundpack for the PMDG 777-300ER, friends. Yes, for the first time, at least for me, and for us in this live stream, we're going to bring it on, friends. Back in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, I got to tell you, as all the stuff with Boris AudioWorks sound, it is amazing. Adds to the immersion, right? The immersion factor. Now, for this stream, we'll be putting it to the test on a stunning route from SBRJ, Rio de Janeiro, to SBBR, Brasília, featuring the detailed SBRJ. This is bespoke scenery. It's a Captain Ahoy. I saw that message. It is the came with one of the world updates, I think, and I'm not sure which one. I can't remember which one it was, but it is a beautiful scenery package, as you can see. And the best thing about it, it is beautiful, in a word. So, friends, now I know what some of you are thinking, and you already posted it in chat. Sim, you're taking off from SBRJ in the 777-300ER? It can't be done, can it? I mean, after all, 20 right is the longest runway, and it is only 4,341 feet. So, well, I can say this. I tried it last night, and it was close. And actually, I skimmed the water at the end of the runway threshold. I don't know, for a few hundred feet. Skimmed the water. Didn't crash. We'll see what happens tonight. So we'll see how it goes tonight, friends. This may be a short live stream. So we'll see. One sec. Thought the sound was pretty low for all the volume on the... Let me try this again. There we go. Had to change my volume. So, friends, for the flight, we'll be showcasing a full WINWING setup inside the 777 for the very first time, including the WINWING FCU, the all-new WINWING PCD EFIS units, and the PFP7, which I love, and the Orion Rudder Pedals. And yes, friends, also demonstrate how the WINWING URSA MINOR 32 Throttle Metal can be perfectly adapted. Well, I shouldn't say perfectly, but close to perfectly adapted for the 777 by turning off there's a clever detent switch feature on it, so it has smoothness all the way through, so it won't detent like the Airbus. So yes, it works with the Boeing. In fact, I loaded into SimApp Pro a predefined settings for it, and works not too bad. Works not too bad. So rounding out the setup, we'll be flying the Thrustmaster TCA Boeing Yoke along with that. And I love the pendular motion with it, you know, until WINWING sends us the, their Taurus. Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. The Boeing Yoke, yeah. When will that come out? I don't know. I don't know. Silver Girl, may the speed be with you. Now, if you're a fan of high fidelity simulation and nice hardware, WINWING definitely has it for you, friends. And now, with that all being said, say hello to my friend Silver Motherfucking Killer. Welcome, Silver Killer. Mr. Horse Flight Simmer Mate, get in the house. It says enter the smooth zone, just like Symphonatics. Smooth. Horse Flight Simmer already starting shit with Bunny. Already starting some drama. Oh. Thank you, Buckle Bunny, for that $10 donation. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. That support is always appreciated. Thank you so much. We also have Boeing 777 Rolls Royce is in the house. Welcome, 777. And we also have Evo Ego Sky, friends. Give it up to Evo. Says it'll be an interesting takeoff. I agree. And CP 65, friends in here. Welcome, CP. And of course, we've got Bats, ladies and gentlemen. Let's welcome Bats on in here in chat. Good to see you, Bats. And our good friend Mark Griffin in the house, friends. Mark Griffin, how the hell are you doing, buddy? Glad you came to join us tonight. Maple Leaf, can't forget about Maple. Let's give it up to Maple. Hi, Maple. And Oliver Garrett. Oliver Garrett is in the house, friends. Oliver! How's it going, man? Says Dodgers won the World Series this year. They did. All right. Appreciate you being here. Oliver as well. Appreciate it. Who else joined us? It's a Captain Ahoy. I mentioned you, but it's a Captain Ahoy. Appreciate it. Thank you. It's a Captain Ahoy. And did I miss anyone? Let me see if I missed anyone. Let's see. Anyone else? Captain Howdy's in the house, friends. Captain Howdy, how's it going? Everybody say hello to Captain Howdy. Captain Howdy, appreciate it, man. Thank you for joining tonight. So go look at all my moderators in here. And also Shahab. Shahab's in the house, friends. Let's give it up to Shahab. Welcome, Shahab. Glad to have you here. A320 Simulations is in the house, friends. A320, welcome to the stream. And, of course, our good buddy, Pilot Rick. Pilot Rick, thank you for joining. Appreciate it, Pilot Rick. Who did I miss? Did I miss anyone? Anybody else sneak in here? Oh, man. It is so good to see all of you. All right, friends. And so we are going to get on with it. Let's see, get all my stuff set up and get ready for the stream that I have everything. Hey, everybody, I'm SimFanatic. I'm your host tonight. Thank you and welcome to the channel and the live stream. It's good to see you. And all the rest of you, and I didn't call your names out, it's because you didn't put it in chat. So appreciate you all being here. Screens went black, not flying. Damn it, Maple. And you're going to try to take off with the 777, I think, right? Dude, that sucks, man. Dude, I know I've said it before. I'll say it again. You definitely need to get yourself a PC, buddy. I know, the dollars, right? It's all about the Benjamins, and it takes a few of them to do a new PC these days, friends. But glad to see you all here. Again, welcome everybody to the live stream and the channel. But first, let's check this out. So we've got the FCU gear, and I'm going to get the lights going here as we get this started from cold and dark. But you can see I've got the EFIS left, the FCU and the right, the PCDs from WINWING. And then, of course, we have the Bravo camera over here, but it's not the Bravo tonight because we are using the beautiful Ursa Minor 32 throttle, and I love it. It's the metal version. I don't know if they have another version yet. It's a metal, or you can get the plastic one maybe. We've got the, of course, the PFP7 in the beautiful Flight Sim Mods add-on. I want to say thank you to Flight Sim Mods and Shane. Look, I can just pop this off. And I can put my McDo one on there or just plug that right back in there. And it's nice and snug. I love this thing. It's probably my favorite thing from Flight Sim Mods for having, it gives me the most utility. Although I love their lever add-ons for the Bravo, Throttle Quadrant, and all the other stuff. We soon have Shane, Flight Sim Mods sent the desktop mount for the, of course, for the whole setup here, the PAP3 and the PCIDs or PCDs. And I can't wait to get a handle on that because you can see I've got this jerry rig with some feet underneath it to just prop it up, but it's not very solid. So I do appreciate Flight Sim Mods and Shane sending that our way. And, of course, we got the TCA Boeing Yoke right here. And we're ready to get going. And, of course, our other scene where you can see all of it. And we've got all the controls here. And I am wearing my foot condoms, friends. Of course, I got to have my foot condoms. All right. And that happens every time. We just let it happen. Okay, friends, let's go ahead and get the volume of the music down and the sim up. And let's mosey on over to the PMDG. We haven't flown the PMDG. Actually, I haven't flown a Boeing aircraft, but certainly not the PMDG 777-300. So I was like run down the old memory lane last night when I was testing it out to reacquaint myself with the 777. But let's call out the ones that are in here in the stream. We've got N911. See you over there, N911. Good to see you. Silver Mother Killer. Braden, Flight Sim Braden in here flying with us. We've got Proctus. We've got Bats. We've got, who else? I think there's somebody else over here. I had Maple. That's Captain Ahoy right over there. Of course, Captain Ahoy is going to be smart and fly a smaller airliner. And Evo, Eagle Sky. Let's give it up to all of you that are in the sim with us. Appreciate it, fellas, for being here tonight. And let's go ahead and hop on in, shall we? All right, let's listen to the Boris AudioWorks. Of course, this is the first time debuted. A shout out to Orbix. Orbix sent this over our way to do the whole feature of the Soundpack, and it is beautiful. It sounds amazing. Captain Howdy and everyone, it is so decent. 29 right now, am I mistaken? I don't know, I'll have to check that. Let's see. Let's get on with it. Let's do... I gotta get my checklist up here. There we go. All right. Where the hell did I put my checklist? There we are. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn off the music for now. And let's listen to the Soundpack. Okay. It's so quiet when you get in here. Okay. First, we're going to go battery on. And once that's on, we're going to drop down over here to our EFB. We're going to go to ground operations. We're going to request the ground unit, ground power. And we can see that's getting connected there. And then we'll go ahead and do our power. And as you can see, now we got the lights that lit up. And then hopefully the PFP. I had one time where the display for the Make Do It was didn't show up. Daniel Stewart, how are you doing, Daniel? It's good to see you. Everybody say hello to Daniel. Welcome. So, but you can see everything is lit up here, so that is great. So that's working. Again, you got to load the bridge software from WINWING. Yep, my PFP just came up. My FMC just came up, so the panel is working. I'm happy to report. Vaughn Williams, Vaughn, how you doing? Everybody do a shout out to Vaughn. Vaughn, good to see you. So good to see you, my friend. Welcome, welcome. All right, now we can hear some of the fans kick in. Loving the sound, says Boeing 777. Absolutely. All right, so landing gear lever down, and I actually I should have mapped that to my TCA Boeing Yoke. That's the one thing. WINWING is coming out with their add-ons for, like, by the way, you probably saw November 10th, we are going to be featuring, and that's when the embargo lifts, for the WINWING's latest hardware that they sent me. I already received it a couple days ago. We have the eCam and also the AGP, which will have a bunch of add-on things that are going to be fantastico, and so we're going to highlight those. And WINWING is coming out with the whole gear lever and everything else. So basically, we're getting modular where you can build your own aircraft. You can build your own cockpit with all the WINWING gear, and so we're slowly building everything together. So again, want to say a shout out to WINWING for sending us these great products to highlight for all of you, answer your questions, and hell, maybe they'll drop in later tonight, Mr. Martini. Good to see you, Mr. Martini. How are you doing? But so it's about the WINWING and the Boris sound audio for tonight. So here we got the landing gear lever is down. Parking brake. Now the parking brake does work, but the one thing is the animations don't work. So like you can see, this is down. Now watch when I do the parking brake on the throttle, the WINWING throttle. I'll turn the parking brake off, and you'll actually see the brake lift on the pedals down here, but you don't see this change. Now, if I go back to locked, you see the pedals go down. Now if I do bring that up and I go release, it'll go down. But if I lock it, that animation still doesn't work. So anyway, but it does register and it does lock and does work the brakes. Ivan 007, how's it going? Of course, we're going to highlight the differences. Again, using the URSA minor throttle from WINWING. We are using it with the Boeing, and it does work with the Boeing. So I wanted to highlight that here for y'all tonight, because I don't know if anybody's really done this with the Boeing. I'm sure they have. But the contact at WINWING said that there hasn't been much in terms of like highlighting the URSA minor with the PMDG 777 or any of the Boeing aircraft for that matter. So we're going to run it through the paces tonight, friends. So we'll see how it goes. So far, so good. Going through the checklist again, throttles stowed, and so the reversers also work for this thing, but we can see the throttle. It does have a nice feel to it. And I know I've highlighted the Pro December, the Honeycomb throttle add-ons, but the feel of the URSA minor, I actually think it feels really good with this aircraft. So we're going to use it tonight. External power is already set. Again, we're doing cold and dark. We got to get the aiders. One thing you all know about the 777, you have one switch to turn them all on. So there we go. We just hit on, and the aiders are coming to life. I take it you have a full sound pack with all the engine options. I think so. I've got the whole sound pack. Yeah, it should be the whole kit and caboodle, if you will, Boeing 777. Ivan 007 says, are you sure your 777 could take off from SBRJ? Ivan, I got that question several times. The answer is, I think so, but I'm not sure. The key word and operative word you said is sure. I did try it last night. It was damn close. In fact, I skimmed my wheels across the water at the end of the runway for about a few hundred feet. So we'll see how it goes tonight. Hopefully it isn't a short live stream and a shit show for y'all, but you guys are hoping that I crash. I know this. All right, so let's see. Next thing, we got the 8er switch. Battery switch is on. We can go ahead and do the IFE passenger seats and the cabin utility, so we'll get those turned on. The 777, actually, from Cold and Dark is a pretty easy aircraft to run through in terms of like what you have to do. A lot of stuff is automated in that. APU, we're going to come back to that, and so we're going to skip the APU for now as we get the FMC all programmed. Emergency lights, we're going to go armed and switch. So we'll get those armed with the switch there, as you see. Next thing, window heat. We're going to turn all these lights off. How many of you saw this live stream where we were doing the overhead panel for the Rosefire A107? I do like the immersion of it. The quality of the product is so-so, not the greatest, but the immersion and the functionality of it I do like. We got the window heat on. Left panel lights we're not going to have to worry about because it's daylight. Some of you might be, I think somebody posted in chat here, you're flying at night, and that's perfectly fine. If it's a short runway, we'll need a lot of flaps for takeoff and max toga. Absolutely. Thank you, 777. Probably go, 10 on the flaps rather than 5? I think last night, that's a good point. I think last night I took off with 5 flaps. We might go 10. You tell me, guys. Boeing 777, what do you think? It's Captain Ahoy. Ivan, what do y'all think? Right. Let's see here. Full flaps, bro. Yeah, full flaps. Okay, right lighting panel we're not going to worry about. Nav light is already on. We'll go ahead and turn the logo light on. We'll leave the runway turn-off lights off. Flaps 20? Won't that cause too much drag? It's that whole drag versus performance versus lift thing. I don't know. I'm not a 777 expert. VTOL. There you go, Silver. VTOL. Flaps 20? Really? I think that would cause too much drag, but we can try it. Flaps 20 is the maximum you can go, but is it going to give me the shortest? What is it for a short runway takeoff? That's the question. 20? All right, we're going to import SimBrief here, so this does have flaps full. This does have full integration with SimBrief, and so we're going to do request data from SimBrief. Of course, I did load that up, and there is our route, as you can see there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and get the nav chart set up. SBRJ, right? SBRJ. In the house, SBRJ set. There we go. And why did it just switch? What the heck? Did I do that? Was that me? Departure and appointment. Airport appointment. Airport info. And look at this freaking runway. I don't even think you would take a 737 off typically from a runway like this, would you? That's pretty short. That's like I'm taking off from my hometown in Ames. We're taking off from the municipal airport almost for their longest runway. My goodness, this is going to be insanity. But I like to get that all set up, and then we'll come back to the EFB here in a moment. All right, let's continue on. And so next thing we got to do, load weather if desired. Let's go ahead. I forgot to go over to the weather, so let's go over here. Departure weather for SBRJ, it looks like 160 at 9 knots. And we are taking off of runway 20, so we got a little bit more wind. That'll help. Get a little more headwind, because when I started, I think it was at 4. So that's good. And maybe the, given the crosswind component and stuff, maybe it is only about 4 knots, actually, thinking about it. Yeah. Okay, so we got that done. Let's go back over here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my main camera there so you can see me program this in. Again, this is the PFP7 from WinWing. Definitely a great product if you do a lot of flying with a 777. It is particular to the 777. They also have the PFP3N, which you'd get for the 737 line, and then they got the McDo for the Airbus, of course. So I've got all 3 panels. I like that I can swap these in and out in this holder here from our friends over at Flight Sim Mod. So we appreciate, again, them sending it over. Do check them out. Shane, if you're still here, I think there is a Black Friday sale that you all can maybe pick up some of this gear for, 25% off? Maybe Shane can mention it. You can't use the 12% using the discount code link below if you're going to use the 25%, but I think that's only common sense. But anyway, you can pick some of this stuff up for an even reduced price, and I do highly recommend their products. All right, so next thing we've got here now is... Okay, FMC. So we're going to go FMC, and we're going to go ahead and clear that enter inertial position. So position init. We are taking off from SBRJ, and if somebody types in exclamation FP, we can get the flight plan loaded up there in chat. So somebody want to do that for me, and then I can see that. That would be great. Matt Hawkins is in here. Matt, how's it going? Everybody welcome Matt. Hello, Matt. All right, so we're taking off from SBRJ. SBR. Thank you, Boeing. J. Just like it shows right there. SBRJ. So then we're going to type this LSK2. We're going to load this into our scratch pad. RSK2 goes down below, and then RSK5. We'll get that loaded up. Okay, so now it's in there. Let's go to route. Route request, LSK3. There's our SimBrief route, LSK2. We can load that up in there. Get it on up in here. Matt Hawkins says, woohoo, coolest live stream on YouTube. I don't know about that, Matt Hawkins, but hey, man, I'll take it. We'll take it. Appreciate it, brother. A320 Simulation says the flight sim mods are premium quality. Highly recommended. I agree, A320. They are awesome, man. They are awesome. Okay, so right now, we want to set our payload. I'm going to go ahead and open up my SimBrief. You're not seeing this, but I'm going to look at my times and weights here. I probably should I load it lighter so it isn't so heavy for takeoff, or should we live dangerously? What do you all think? You want to see me crash? You want me to live dangerously? So we're going to go ahead and set payload, and we'll go ahead and clear that at the bottom, and then we're going to set fuel, and then that's loaded. And if we check our fuel, we can go right over here and look right here, and we should have around 51.8, and that's exactly what we have, 51.8, so we know that is good. Go back down here, and then the next thing we want to do, select route. It's requesting our route right now. Wait for it. Wait for it. As it talks to SimBrief. A320 max gross weight, yeah, full load. All right, let's go ahead and load that LSK4. Forecast dump link ready. Here it comes. Wait for it. All right. And then you'll notice you got the activate button, and then you actually, what I like about the PFP panel is it does have the little light here for execute, so we'll execute that in. And our flight, ICAO code for, we're doing LATAM. Is it LATAM? LATAM? I don't know. But it's LAN. And I always like to do 542. It's an old, what is it? It's, VATSIM. It's my old VATSIM account. And so I always used the 542, and then I used American Airlines. But we'll clear all those out. So we got everything loaded up there. So that looks good. I'm just going to go back to my checklist. No one takes a 777 just to fly light. There you go. TJ Turner in the house. Everybody welcome TJ. Good to see you, TJ. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. Good to see you. Are you flying tonight? I didn't see you there. Maybe you're loading in now. Come join us, man. If you can stand the heat, right? Yeah. Okay. So we got that ready. Checklist. Oh, you are flying. Good. Okay, so we've got set payload, set fuel. We did that. Select route, activate, execute. We got that done. Select departure, arrival. Okay, so one thing that's kind of a nuance here is if you hit departure and arrival on the PFP, it works for the departure. And I don't know if maybe this is the way it is in the real 777. I have no idea. But if I hit departure, I don't think it is. I think it's something with the programming on it, because if I go in. Well, I don't know. Hold that thought. But anyway, we are taking off from runway 20 right. I have 20 left. We're going to do 20 right because that's the longer runway. Why would it have us taking off for 20 left? Do I got that right? 20 right's going to be the longer runway. So, you know what we can do is just go over here. And 20 right, yeah, that's the longer runway. We're definitely doing that. And a Sleepy Joe Biden dropping in a $2 dono, friends. Let's give it up to Sleepy Joe. Ding dongs, eat a bag. Dude, thank you, Sleepy Joe Biden. Appreciate it. That was one heck of a name, my friend. Thank you for the $2 dono. Appreciate it. Appreciate it so much. Thank you, sir. Everybody give Sleepy Joe some orange whips and... yeah, some emojis there for Sleepy Joe. Thank you so much for the $2 dono, Sleepy. Again, thank you to Sleepy for the 2, and Buckle Bunny earlier dropped in a $10 dono. Appreciate it, my friends. That is very kind of you. Okay, and where the heck was I? Okay, so departure arrival. So we're going to go 20 right, and I'm going to go ahead and hit execute. Interesting. 20 right. Oh, we want a SID. So our standard instrument departure, we're going to go with... It's like, I got to type a SID in here. PUM 037. So we'll next page it over, and then LSK4. And then our transition is Mudka. Mudka. That's LSK1. And so now we got that in there, which is nice. It's still in there or not? Why is... Okay, Nah, hold on. I got to get this. Why didn't it let me do this? Pums 3C. Mudka. I think I hit activate too soon. And... And then... Oh, maybe that's why. All right, I'm just going to execute 20 left, but we're going to take off a 20 right. It'll be fine. And then we're going to go back to... So now if I hit departure arrival, notice it doesn't do anything. I got to go to index. 2011 is longer? Are you sure? You're messing with me. No, it's not. Oh, you're right. You're right. 20 left. I was going back. I took off from 2 right. Thank you. I'm backwards. We're going up here. You're right. 20 left. You're right. You're right. You're right. Thank you. It's a Captain Ahoy. And thank you, Evo. I should never, ever question you guys. Blind sim blind. Yeah, it's dyslexia. I transpose the numbers around. How scary is that? I was going to take off. I took off from 2 right yesterday. Yes, we're going to take off from 2 left. You're right. Ding dongs are tummy shame. God. Thanks again for the $2 dono from I Like Pie. Thank you, I Like Pie. Appreciate the $2 dono. Appreciate it very, very much, along with Sleepy Joe Biden. Something tells me it's the same individual doing those donos, but with different names. But I appreciate it so much. Thank you, whoever that is. Okay, let's see. So we've got 20 left. Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for getting me corrected there. I almost messed that up. Okay, so on our arrival, we are going to do, let me go back to our live stream and, I'm sorry, our sim brief, and it's 11 right. We may have to change that. I think I did X. Yeah, ILS X runway 11 right. So we're going to go ILS X 11 right. ILX, let's see, hold on. ILS X11 right. Here we go on page 2, and it's LSK4. Again, thank you so much to I Like Pie. Look at this. To Sleepy Joe. And also to Buckle Bunny for the $10 dono. And now we've got coming in AV8NZ dropping in $3.74. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you. A thumbs up there. Everybody give a shout out to everybody in chat. Rocky Balboa for $2. God, it's the same person. I think I know who that is, Shane. Thank you, Rocky Balboa, or whoever you are. I can maybe find out. But thank you so much for all your donos. There you go. That's all I'm going to do for the Symphonetic Shuffle. Thank you so much. And we got Eric West just subscribed. Thank you. Thank you, Eric. Eric. And again, AV8NZ says 314 NZD, LOL. Thank you all for your donations. I do appreciate it, all of you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you. Too kind. You got such nice people here. Appreciate it. Rocky Balboa. All right. Thank you, friends. Appreciate it. Now, see, you're distracting me. I keep losing where I'm at. Okay, where were we at? Oh, yeah, LSX 11 right. And then our departure is Cogna 2. So I'm going to program that in. And I transition ICIPI right there, ICIPI. And then I don't know. Let's go to our destination here. Okay, so Cogno. So transitions Cogno. So we'll hit execute there. So now what we're going to do is we are going to check out and make sure that we don't have any discontinuities. So we're going to hit legs and go next. And let's see here. Oh, my God. Here we go. I'm never going to get through the start of this live stream and programming this. Buckle Bunny dropping in a $10 dono.
Wow, Shane's popular tonight, Poohead.
That's not a dance, that's cheese. Wow, Shane's popular tonight, Poohead. Buckle Bunny, thank you for that $10 dono. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the $10. Oh, sorry. A320 dropping in the $5 dono. Keep up that great work, buddy. All right. Thank you, A320, and all of you. Look at you all. You're going crazy. Thank you so much, all of you. There's a congratulations to you, A320. Here's one to you, Buckle Bunny, Rocky Balboa, AV8NZ, and let's see, who did I miss? There's someone else here. I like pie. I'm pretty sure I know who that is now. Thank you so much. Here's a congrats to I Like Pie. And then, of course, Sleepy Joe Biden. And who else did we have that dropped in the dono? That started us off. Buckle Bunny dropped off with a $10 dono. And so, again, to you, Buckle Bunny, thank you all for your continued support. Okay, I better get going, or we're never going to see me crash on takeoff. Wow, so many donos. I know. Appreciate it, friends. Thank you so much. Very kind of you, friends. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Focus, Theron. Focus, Symphonic. I can't focus. Okay, so we got all that. We're looking for discontinuities. That's what it was. Okay, so we're just going to go through here, see if we have any discos, and we don't. Wow, so we're going to go up here. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to switch to this screen and the FCU. The one thing when with the iFly Max 8, as well as the 777 that we have here. You notice on the left we have the EFIS unit that is the PCD for the, it's called the PCD 3N. That's for your 737 NG line. And then all the way over to the far right, we've got the PCD 3M for the MAX, 737 MAX. One of the things you'll notice is you'll see here when I'm selecting this. So if I go up here, because I want to go to switch this over to plan. So watch this. When I switch this over to plan, it's going to go back and forth crazy like. See? And I'll keep doing that until I do it on both the PCDs, so the 3N and the 3M. Now, if I do that both and they're in sync, it'll be fine. But what will happen is if you... some of the things will work independently, like the range, that will work independently. The lights and some of that and the STDs, those things will work independently, but there's some things like that that don't sync up, and I'm sure WinWing will get that taken care of and fixed at some point, so it's more compatible, and there's probably a profile you can load in the SimApp Pro to make those both work together. But anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to go back down here, and we're just going to go through this route and make sure that it looks good. So we're going to fly what I like to often refer to as our virtual flight. So what we're doing is we're just looking to make sure there's nothing weird going on. I often use the term wonky, so nothing wonky going on. So we're just going to go through here. And what's going on now? Something's going on. We're going over to 2-0. Somebody just sub? Or did we just get a donation? Another dono, Silver Mother Killer, dropping in a $20 dono. Silver Killer, dude, you're all going nuts tonight. Thank you, Silver. Blue skies to you, sir. Thank you so much for the $20 dono. Silver Motherfucking Killer, man. Appreciate it, man. Too kind of you and the rest of you. You all are great, ladies and gentlemen, my friends. Thank you so, so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate that support. You guys and gals are the best. Okay, now, must be hoot. It's getting hot in here. Whew. I don't know what to do. Okay, so this all looked good. Did it look good? I don't know. I'm getting distracted, friends. I think it looks good. And then there's our go around and our holding pattern if we need it. Hopefully we won't need it. So I'm going to switch these back to map. And so back to map. Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. Sorry, Lord. Johnny Mon dropping in a $20 dono. We're never getting started. Everybody's going nuts. Everybody's going nuts. Johnny Mon, thank you so much. Everybody drop in some love in chat for Silver Killer, Johnny Mon, A320, Buckle Bunny, and all the rest that donated tonight. Appreciate it. Here, I'll do the same. I got to find my window. You're all going, can we just go, Sim? Thank you, friends. Too kind. Thank you, Johnny. Hell of a guy, by the way. Here's some blue skies. Hell, here's even some STDs for y'all. There you go. Thank you, friends. You're too kind. Too kind, I tell you. Too kind. Thank you. We're never going to get off the ground. We're just never. Actually, you know what it is? You're all donating, so because you're gonna, if I crash, that's it. Actually, it's not. But if I crash, you're all preparing me for the end where it's going to be a shit show. You ain't moving, bud. Distraction train. Oh my gosh! Another dono. It's Captain Hoy.
Moving, but distraction train.
Is there a full moon tonight? What's making you all gone crazy with the donos? Oh my goodness. That's a Captain Ahoy. Thank you, sir. He says, you ain't moving, bud. Distraction train. And Johnny Mon says, hello, good people. Live. Thank you. It's a Captain Ahoy. Appreciate your support in that $10 dono. Thank you, my friends. Thank you, Captain Ahoy. It's very nice of you. All too kind. Too kind. I'll call out the donos once we get up in the air again. But appreciate it. All your support means a lot. And, okay, can we get started? Okay, here we go. Symphonetics losing it, friends. He's losing it. Okay, so we've got it all programmed. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, I think, is a performance. It's going to be the longest flight prep ever. Okay. Departure arrival set. We cleared our waypoints. We've activated all that. Okay, next thing, our takeoff performance page. We're going to go over to the tablet here. Sometimes this matches, sometimes it doesn't. So we're going to go performance tool. We are going to go to import from OF. Whoops, I got to go 20 left. Geez, thanks, guys, for correcting me on that. Just almost screwed that up. Import from aircraft, we'll import the weather, and we can hit calculate. And we'll see how close this gets. Here we've got our trim. Here we have our flaps. Let's go ahead and, something I've noticed on takeoff, if I change the flap, where are the flaps at? Takeoff. Wait, am I blind? Are you blind, McFly? Aircraft configuration. APU packs. Runway heading, elevation. Why don't I have my flaps here? Because that would change things. Is it here in weight and balance, maybe? I forget where it's at. Anyway, it's been so long since I've been in this thing. All right, we'll wing it. Ha! Get it? Oh, here, flaps 20. Right up here, flaps 20. Okay. Flaps 20. Okay. Get it together, Pocono Village. Flaps 20 max toga. There we go. Thank you, Boeing 777. Okay, so we've got that set. Hey, beta, calculate initial reference. Okay, so we're going to go back down here, init ref, and we are going to go ahead and accept. Actually, I got to request it first. So LSK5, we're going to request it first, then we'll accept. Flaps config. There you go. We got 20, so I think we're good there, Maple. We do need a lot of power here. It's going to be a shit show. We'll see how it goes. Flight level 380, that looks good. Reserves look good. Zero fuel weight, we'll get in there. We're going to go ahead and accept. Zero fuel weight, we'll go ahead and get that plugged in. 432, fuel 51.8, that looks good. Flight level 380, that's what we had. Thrust. I think we're going to want the top one, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen. We want the takeoff LSK1 or 2, RSK2 for climb, because we want the most performance. And so we got that set, no derate. And then let's go ahead and do takeoff and flaps 20, not 5, flaps 20. So we'll make sure we'll set that to flaps 20. Center of gravity, let's see what this comes out as. 375, I think that might have matched. Let's go over here. 375, that matches the trim on our EFB, so that's all coming up. 106.7 on the N1. There you go. Okay, thank you. And I think that does it for that. We could do our wins there, but I'm going to leave that one alone. Okay, perfect. So we got the init ref, all of that. Just checking everything. Cost index we got set. I think we're good to go there. Thrust limits, performance initialization. We got the takeoff climb performance. That's all done. Our V1 VR and our takeoff, our flaps, all that is set. CG set, so looking good there. Okay, continue on. Captain EFIS panel. So we're going to go right up here. And I'm going to move over here because we're going to start using some other stuff. So we got the FCU to bring up here. So we're going to bring up the FCU and take a look at that. All right, and so altimeter reference. Right now we should be 1007. And I shouldn't have changed that. I actually hit I actually hit the period on my keyboard, which does the default. But you can see here on the EFIS, over here on the left, if you can see that, I can actually select, our HPA. So our HPA, if we go over here, we go back to weather and take a look at the weather here, and we got 10:07. So if I hadn't messed with that, because we have 10:07, but you'll notice here I can switch this back and forth. And it's a little different with the PCDs. Instead of clicking it left and right, you can hold it, and it'll just count down. So that's kind of nice. But anyway, that does run it for both the left and the right. Any flying today? NM Flyer, Robin, how's it going? Everybody, welcome, NM Flyer. How you doing? Good to see you, NM Flyer. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. I'm going to have to open my door. It's getting pretty damn hot in here. All right, because now we got the furnace on because it's getting cold enough that we do that. Okay, flight director, I think I turned those on. So there's actually metal buttons here. So I can go ahead and, if I hadn't left those on from last night, I could go ahead and put those up top. And then I do like that on the PCDs. They have the little metal switches, so that's nice. Both for the left and right EFIS, so that's cool. The other thing I should have mentioned is with the EFIS, when you get these, they'll have two panels that come with these. So if you do get two of the same, like if you want to get the 730, I don't know if you'd want to do this, but get the 3N or the 3Ms, you can have a match and then change the top plate, the glare shield plate, so you have the left and right, and it does work. So I guess that'll be something that we can talk about later once we get up in the air, because I am so behind. Okay. Flight director both on. Modes, pre-select. This does, V2 plus 10. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and set the that over here on the IAS, and you can see here at the FCU. We are going to go ahead and do our V speeds, and I can look at my PFP panel because I've got it open right here. And then I do need to move this over so you all can see the PAP3. That's what this middle thing, the FCU, is. And we're going to go ahead and do V2 plus 10, so that's going to be 157. So we're going to bring that down to 157 from 200. And there we go, 157. Love the tactile feedback on this thing. It's a beautiful thing. 43 minutes already. Oh, my gosh. Okay, speed selector, pre-select LNAV and VNAV, so that'll work here too. So we're going to hit VNAV and LNAV, and you can see those are highlighting, or should be. I have windows in the way, and they did. So that's good. LRM is already set, Bats. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I did get that loaded up. Let me make sure it's connected, and it is. Good, good. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder. Okay, and then heading is going to be 200, right? Because we're taking off a 20 left. So let's go ahead and get the heading at 200. And there we go. We got that set. And then last but not least, we're doing flight level 380. So we're going to go ahead and get this all the way up to 380. And again, beautiful. I can't believe the price points on this stuff. It's crazy. Okay, flight level 380. We're good to go. The pushback guy is getting off work in 5 minutes, so I'm pushing back. There you go, TJ. Altitude selector, cruise or cleared altitude. Standby instruments, check and set. Landing gear, we already checked that. Levers down. Auto brake selectors, RTO. So we're going to go down here, go RTO. So that is set. Next thing we got is the ECAS check. We're going to go right here, and we can see hydraulic pressure because we don't have those on. Engine shut down, and that is what we should see. Cancel recall, so we're going to go ahead and hit this button right here. Cancel, that should clear that, and recall will bring it right back. Lower center display check. Speed brake levers down so we can see, and again, with the throttle, the Ursa Minor throttle, it does work, as you can see here, and I'm going to pull this down. Now, the one thing you'll notice is with the flaps, and I don't know if you can remove this, but if I do one, like for the Airbus one, it'll go down to 5. So it'll be a good opportunity to check it. Now, if we go to flaps 2 on this thing, on the Ursa Minor, probably go to 20. Nope, it didn't. So let's go one more notch and see if that takes us to 20, and it does. Okay, so, so keep that in mind. So it does skip, and you could probably go back and forth and do manual. There might be, I don't know if there's a way to disable that, like with the detent switch on the actual Ursa Minor, if the other unit has it for that. But anyway, something to highlight there. Okay. Parking brake is set. Flap lever and agreement, it's up. Transponder set. We're going to want to go down here, down to Chinatown, and get this set to standby on our TCAS. And that is set on the TCAS. And and I think we're getting pretty close. APU, let's go ahead and start listening to the Boris AudioWorks. We're ready to start the APU. APU is really easy. Go up top here. Go up top. Go on. Start. Here we go. What you can do, too, if you want to monitor your APU going up, what you can do is go over here, hit the stat button, and that's going to switch it over here, and you can actually see your APU come alive, friends. And that's a good time for me to stop talking, take a drink, and again, thank you all for being here. Appreciate it, friends. You are too kind, and thank you for all the donos as well, but mostly just being you and being here as part of the community. Cheers. So that flap door should be opening, and there we go, and now we're going to have the sounds. Let's take a listen. Again, this is the Boris. This is the Boris Audio Soundpack, AudioWorks Soundpack for the PMDG 777. You can get it from Orbix. Captain Hoy taxiing over there. Captain's just waking home at this point. There you go. So that sounds great. And we're almost at 100. And so once this hits 100, we'll be good to go. Continue on. APU verify on. And now that is on and set, we can go ahead and disconnect our external power. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can hear the fans come on. I'm actually going to go over here and immediately turn off our APU so we can release the ground power. Or the GPU, rather. Sorry. And actually, I think it's cool because when I switch those power sources, my lights actually flicker on the PFP, on the FMC. That's pretty cool. Oh, walking. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Almost ready, friends. We're almost there. We're almost ready to start these, kick these tires and light these fires, right? Okay, external power, hydraulics are all going to come on, so we're going to go up here, and we are going to go ahead and set all our hydraulics on. So we're going to go auto, 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 and then on the central ones. And that's going to kick those fans off for a moment, and then they're going to come back on. And there they come. Here they come. Here they come. Okay. Hydraulic power seatbelt signs coming on. Right here. Can you hear that ding? Hopefully y'all could have heard that from the back. Seatbelt signs auto, no electronics, no smoking, already sell it. L and R fuel pumps, so we got to turn these on. So these four. We don't have any center fuel in our center tanks, any fuel in our center tanks, and you can verify that down here if this is at 0. And so we don't want to turn these central fuel pumps on, otherwise we'll get a notification or a warning of low fuel pressure, so we're going to leave those off. Okay. I think we're ready. Let's go ahead and I'm going to load up GSX. I gotta tell you all, I had to rebuild my entire community folder for MSFS 2024 on Sunday. The whole thing. Everything deleted. Let me talk about what happened later once we get airborne because we need to go. Prepare for pushback. Prepare for pushback. LATAM. So we do have that. So you're going to see the little pushback tug with LATM. AM on. Now, I want to see if the Airbus, because I forgot to try this when I tested this. I want to see if they automatically start once I hit the beacon, or I think they're already gone, but we want to turn the beacon on. I think they're already in motion, though. Maple says 50 minutes. Sounds like a great Sunday. Oh, yeah, it was a hell of a lot. My son came in because I was not too happy, and he's like, Dad, what's wrong? I'm like, my entire community folder, everything's gone. I got to rebuild everything. I mean, I'm talking, I didn't have a backup copy or anything. I had to go everywhere and download everything again. Fortunately, I had the add-ons linker so I could reference things. I spent the entire day, and I still have more rebuilding to do, and I'm going to tell you what happened. It sucked. It sucked. I'm going to give you all a warning what not to do, how that happened. How everything deleted. I did one thing, I uninstalled something. And everything in my community folder was gone. So I'm going to warn you what you don't want to do so it doesn't happen to you. Anyway, I'll talk about that here. Okay, locking gear. No, nothing from switching SU4 to SU3. At practice is like, he's still on the ground. I'm at cruise already. Hey, practice, what did you take off with? What aircraft? Oh, look at this. DJ Turner, are you actually flying the A330? You're going to take off with that? This ought to be funny. Okay, quick edit pushback. Let's go ahead and do that. We are going to modify this a little bit. Actually, that looks fine. Right where it is. Okay.
Please wait.
You're in the 737. Okay. Waiting for action chocks to remove. So we're going to go down here, and we do need to remove the chocks. All right, and we got to release the brakes, and I'm actually going to use that with my Ursa Minor throttle. So here, we're going to do that. You're going to see it work here. Watch.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Another thing that's a little nuance here I'm going to talk about is, like, if we go to showcase, fixed camera, and I want to look at these engines, right? Let's go right there. We're going to start the right engine first. You actually have to be in the cockpit for this to work because it's an external view. So here we go. I think we're ready. Let me double check my checklist, and I think we're ready to start the engines. One thing I did miss. Stab trim for takeoff. I forgot to set that. What was 375, right? So let's go down here, and so we wanted at 375. So what you can do is you can go over to... You can see it in this green area there, but I'm going to go to flight controls, and then that way you get this down, and then I'm going to go 375. And then we're at 375, so, and you can also cross-check it here, and it looks good. Okay. Did she just tell me to put the parking brake on? Okay, so we're going to put the parking brake back on. There we go, lady. Okay, better get the engine started, friends. All right, here we go. We're going to listen to the sounds. We're going to start this baby up. Kick the tires and light the fires, friends. All right. All right, oh, we're going to do the engine page. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute. Here we go, engine. So we're going to get that down here, so our engine page. Okay, now we can go ahead and start them. So we're going to go right engine start, hit that, and we don't have to wait. We can go right away to the switch and turn that on. And here we go. You hear the chatter, too, from the people in there. I think that's with Boris as well. Can anybody confirm that? Boeing 777? I love the vibration. I've got the HyperX, and it just sounds so good in here. Chatter's part of it. Listen to that sound. Love that part too, as it gets to sync. Okay, waiting for a confirmation. Awesome. Okay, control, shift, F12. All right, confirm good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
All right, and then we're going to go ahead and start the left engine. So left engine start. Here we go. And this one, actually, when it starts, since you can hear them, what they're asking about the delay in flight, ground hold. Are the passengers saying, "Are we there yet?" All right, shh. Gotta be quiet. This actually sounds different when you start up the left engine. So here, let's listen to it. Hear that vibration?
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass being removed.
TSA delay side.
Left is clear, right is clear.
Oh yeah, Boeing 777 with the dual starts, my friend. And let's go outside. So yeah, the sounds are like anything Boris, just amazing. Love the sounds. Okay, now that we got that done, let's get this bird in the air, shall we? It's about time, right? Search the selector, oil pressure, all that's good. APU can come off. Let's go up here. APU can come off. We're gonna go ahead and select that off. APU off, and then my lights flickered on my PFD, which is beautiful. APU off, auto brake, verified RTO, and it is RTO, flaps set for takeoff. Let's go 20. And here we're going to listen to the sounds of the flaps now. All right, here we go. We're going to set this. I had it at 3, I think. So we're going to go there. All right. Let's verify we're at flaps 20. Wait, did they actually move? They did. They did, and we're at flaps 20. Flaps 20, bruh. Right, Maple? Right, Bats? Flaps 20, bruh. Okay. Auto brake set. Flaps, flight controls, ECAS, recall. Let's do that really quick. And TCAS is the only one on, which makes sense. Pushback tugs removed. Taxi lights can come on. Gonna go up top here. Taxi light on. And I think we're ready. Finally, right? They're all going, my goodness. Okay, yep, we're ready. And I'm not even going to play the music right now because we want to hear the sounds here. So let's go ahead and turn off the parking brake and let's get ourselves situated to taxi over to 20 left. Come on. There we go. All right, to the right. Okay, here we go. I am using Track IR, by the way. There's Silver. You notice I can't look at that view and control the controls when you're in the PMDG, unlike some of the other aircraft. Probably going to stop switching views right now because it's trying to catch up. Let's disable Track IR. Finally! Friends, we're finally moving! Oh my god, is it really an hour and we're finally moving? Holy cow. I'm so sorry. And you all gave donos for this? Oh my goodness, I've taken this long? Maybe next time I'll just take longer. Again, appreciate all the donos, friends. Appreciate it. TJ Turner over there, Captain Ahoy up there. Look at those mountains. The ships over there. I love this scenery. This scenery is beautiful. We're literally going to use up a lot of runway. Oh, yeah. We're going to use up all the runway. All of it. Close that mouth and fly. You got it, Maple. You got it. Oh, the other thing. I can feel vibration. You know how that has a force feedback in the Ursa Minor throttle? I feel that. Like if I hit a bump or something, when I take off and then when I do the landing gear, I'll actually feel it in both the right and left throttle levers, which is nice. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn on. Feel free to pass you up. All right, appreciate it. Thanks, Captain Ahoy. You are a gentleman and a scholar. TJ Turner won't let me do that. TJ always wants to take off right before me. Thank you, though, Captain Ahoy. I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to go through them. Give me a chance to do the... See, Captain Ahoy's thinking of everybody. Let's give it up to Captain Ahoy, shall we, friends? What a guy. All right, we're going to go up here. Let's go ahead and get our landing lights turned on. Runway turn-off lights on. Taxi light can come off. Strobes on. And then let's go ahead and do the wing light on. We're going to go down here and do TARA. Uh-oh. Somebody do... it's got to be Captain Howdy, doesn't it? That's Captain Howdy. And we're going to go run over here. Where's that? Here, run. So we got that. Okay, here we go. Who just did that? That had to be Captain... That had to be Captain Howdy, right? Okay. God, I hope I have everything... I hope I have everything checked. I should, as long as I took... MCP, auto throttle... Oh, auto throttle to arm. Here we go. The other thing that's cool... Hit that switch. It'll stay up. We've got the mag switch here. Almost forgot that. Auto throttle is armed. Flaps are set for takeoff. Speed brakes are down. Transponder TARA. MCP is set. Auto throttle is armed. Landing lights are on. Runway turn-off lights. Strobe lights are on. And flaps are set for takeoff. All right, here we go, friends. It's time to rock and roll. I'm gonna actually go to the left here, because I want to use up everything, and I'll make sure I get over to runway 20 left, not 20 right. Wouldn't have that been a shit show too if I would have taken off from 20 right? But I'm gonna go all the way over here. I'm gonna use up as much of this runway as I can. We need the tiller now, don't we? And I'm going to make sure these engines all spool up before we release the brakes. No pressure, it's Captain O. I know, right? Okay, stop. I don't want to use up... Okay, all right, here we go. Turn up the sound. Oh, God, I'm nervous. I'm actually nervous. I'm usually not nervous when I do this. I'm usually not nervous. I'm nervous right now. Okay, here we go. Full brakes on. Let's go, Toga. Here we go. Release the brakes. They're spooled up. Oh, lordy. Oh, it's warning me about the checklist. Never mind. I'm not paying attention to that right now. These look like little vortices. Did you all see that? All right, no problem. Woo-hoo-hoo! Gear up. I feel the rumble. Go ahead and we can take flaps out. At least some of the flaps. Listen to those sounds, friends. Positive rate gear up is right. All right, let's go ahead and do command. Look at Rio de Janeiro. And you all thought I was going to crash, didn't you? I thought I was going to crash. Let's make sure these flaps are coming up, and they are. Flaps are up. Go ahead and RTO automatically comes off, so that's nice. So I got that going for me, which is nice. And right now, we're actually going to just climb up to about 7,000 feet. Damn, that sounds amazing. I agree, Boeing 777. Frank Rose is in the house, friends. Let's give it up to Frank Rose. Welcome, Frank. God, we're finally in the air. You never thought it would happen, did you, friends? V1 rotate, positive rate gear up. Yep. Bye-bye, Rio de Janeiro. Y'all didn't think we're ever going to get up in the air, did you now, did you? I didn't either. I didn't either. Finally. Damn, those sounds are good. Whew! Feels good. You feel that, Evo? Been in the air for a little over 30 minutes. Well, I guess I'm going to miss your landing challenge there, Evo. All right, STD. Is this thing on? Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. Syphilis. Testing 1 2. STD. Of course, that's this button right over here, and so we're going to push that. That does work, so we're going to push STD right here. And we can see that we had STD. Of course, that stands for standard pressure, people. Not to panic, we got up in the air safely. Exactly. Did you all ever have any doubts? Come on! You didn't doubt me, did ya? Bats? Evo, Boeing? Silver Killer? Captain Ahoy? Pilot Rick? Boeing 777? I see A-Pink's in here now. A-Pink Silver Killer's still waiting there. All right, we're above 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and turn off the landing lights. They're going to come off here. Landing lights coming off. Runway turn-off lights coming off, and taxi's already off. Wing light can come off. Listen to the frickin' sound in the... I might have to turn that down because I adjusted my sound. my cabin sound when we were flying the, what was the aircraft we were flying for GA last? Zach Cool, keeping it cool, everybody. Zach in the house. Listen to those sounds. Oh, that's something else I got to rebuild is the parallel 42 stuff. Look at that. Beautiful bird. Frank Rose says, I need this smile. I have not smiled for 4 days since my cat died. I'm sorry. Oh, Frank, I'm sorry about that, man. Well, I hope that, can bring a little happiness, and I'm glad you're here, Frank. So sorry to hear that your cat passed away, buddy. That is hard. They're, our pets are just like family. And I know Gowan, he lost his dog not that long ago and got a new puppy, and I'm going to turn that down a little bit. But sorry to hear that, Gowan, Frank Rose, but I am glad to see that you're back with us, friend, my pal, my buddy. Can I get this back and... Oh, wait, I think it... Sometimes I'll get that messed up. All right, I got to get this fixed, but I'm going to leave it alone for now before I make you all sick. That's your hometown right there, Captain Ahoy? You're kidding me. You're making me dizzy. Speaking of dizzy, we actually have the... we have some VR equipment coming, Captain Howdy. I'll talk about that in a minute, too. All right, now I'm gonna switch my distance here on my MFDs. A320 says, any idea what the delivery time is for the PDCs and the Ursa Minor throttle? Ordered a week ago, still no update. I do, A320. So somebody else had that question. I reached out to my WinWing contact. And what it is they shipped a bunch out from China. This was about a week ago, maybe a little over a week ago, and they said probably 3 weeks from that time. So I would guess you should be seeing it in a couple weeks. You should be seeing it in a couple weeks, maybe 3. But hopefully you'll get an update, A320, in a couple weeks. That's awesome that you got that coming, man. You're going to love it. You're just going to love it, A320. It is so amazing. Yeah, you've got other WinWing hardware, right? I mean, you know it's good stuff. All right, we're passing flight level 195 for flight level 380. I can go ahead and kick the tunes in. Maybe, or did they stop? They might have stopped. They stopped, okay. I didn't have it on repeat. There we go. Oh, we're finally in the air, friends. My goodness. That was a challenging takeoff, absolutely, 777, but I thought it'd be fun. I appreciate you guys helping me out. Let me give you all some first officer awards for helping me off. Oh boy. Helping me out is the word I was looking for on the Flaps 20, and then also for mentioning no Symphonic. It's not 2 right, it's 2-0 left. So there's the first officer emojis for y'all. Thank you, friends. And Pat says, wow, yeah. Unbelievable. I don't know, it's the Freudian slips, friends. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think it was me pressing the STD button that did it. But friends, they're so glad to have you here, or girl. All right. Now I'm going to go downtown over here. We're going to do FMC and do progress. And so then we can just kind of keep an eye on this. I do like the fact that this can always stay up and have top of climb, so I don't have to page through like I do with the MiG-2 and the Airbus. I like the fact I can just go ahead and switch this to progress right here on the FMC and actually see what our top of climb is and the time. 17:32, so we're talking 6 minutes here to top of climb. Then we can take a break. You're all going to need it. I'm going to need it. Holy cow, I've been talking nonstop for over an hour. Hour and 11 minutes now. And it's hot as hell in my studio. Holy mackerel, I might have to go turn on the air. See, the problem is, where I'm at in Iowa, the temperature drops down, so now we close everything up. And I usually have my studio closed so my wife and kids can be spared of my voice. Sorry, all of you, but you've got a mute button. But, so I can kind of keep things... we have the air conditioner going on, and it circulates the air in here. But once it gets colder out, like all of you, we stop doing the air conditioning because that wouldn't make sense. and we turn the heat on. Even though I close the vent, I don't get the air conditioning on. And so my heat from my breath and all the lights and computers and displays and everything that's on in my studio tends to heat things up. I bet it's over 80 degrees in here right now. I'm actually sweating. You can't see it because I got a dark navy shirt on, but I am sweating. By the way, do you like my shirt? We're coming in for a landing. We're going to crash. Oh, we're going to crap. Sorry, that was pathetic. That was absolutely terrible. Anyway, I've had this shirt for a while. I don't know. I don't know what you people are going to do with me. Actually, it is, I think. It is. I think it... I don't think it's a 7.5. It looks like a mix between an Airbus and a Boeing, though. What do you guys think? Speaking of 7.5, I can't wait. I got to actually remember to reach out to Bluebird Simulations because we're going to get them on here in a live stream, and we're going to debut their 757. And I'm going to have one of the developers join us in chat and Discord. And so you can all ask your questions, and then we can see what they respond with. But I'm really looking forward to that. I think my Symphonetic shirt was lost in the mail. Oh, call me out, Shane. Yep, I think that was it, Shane. It got lost in the mail. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, well, send me a reminder in Discord. Again? Oh, my gosh, I do need to get that sent. Actually, I still haven't made them. I need more Blue Sky shirts, and we got a quote. And we have a friend that actually runs a print service, and they do shirts and other materials. And we got a quote. I'm a heel. I never got them ordered. I need to do that. But speaking of, I've had some of you talk about when will you have a merch store, and I got to look into that. And Oz, you said you did it once and you didn't think it was worth it. Captain Howdy, you're going to have to come to the flight. I'm going to make you come to Flight Sim Expo for the shirt and the hat. Get you back there. Speaking of, I should make Shane. No, I won't make Shane do that because he sent us shit. He sent us some good stuff. But I might make Captain Howdy actually come to MSP. Are you going to come to Minneapolis, Captain Howdy? I know Shane isn't going to be there. Shane won't join us. Because it's too expensive. He's got to pay for all those printers. Actually, I do understand that, Shane. I do. Maple's not coming. Captain Hoy says, had some good experiences with a company called Fourth Wall. Pretty good stuff. Okay, thanks, Captain Ahoy. I'll have to remember that. Appreciate it. Flight Services. Captain Howdy, I can send you a OS Flight Simmer or FS Mods one. You might get it quicker. Oh, you son of a gun, you. But he's right. He's absolutely right. Oh. 777 says, I'm looking forward to our long haul this airplane next month. Yes. Yeah, we're going to be doing a Christmas special long haul. We'll see if we can't get... Maybe Shane will join us. Do a joint live stream. We're on top of the joint live stream, Shane, as much as I am on sending you your shirt. Oh, I should call Mrs. Symphonetic Shane and see if she's going to stop by the old sub shop and see if they have bread. She's picking up my son. I had to drop him off at youth group right before the stream, and that's where I was running a little behind. I actually was on time, but she's going to go run and pick him up. Actually, she's on her way now. I should see if she'll pick me up a sub, see if they have bread at the sub shop. What do you think? Boeing 777 says, I'm taking it to Singapore to Tokyo is what we're planning. The one I suggested? Yeah, we could probably do that. I got to go back and look at what's the length of time on that one, 777. I don't remember what the length of time was on that. So let's see, where are we at? All right, we're almost at flight level 380, friends. Almost there. Oh, I was gonna zoom out on the MFDs and show you all that, and then when I come back, I'm gonna tell you what I did to delete my entire community folder. I had to rebuild everything. So those of you that just got here, I spent a majority of the day on Sunday rebuilding my community folder. I had no backup. My bad. And I'm going to tell you what not to do. It will save you from deleting everything. And I was like, oh, you got to be shit. I was like, oh, this is loading faster. Well, no wonder. I was so pissed. But anyway, back to this. So we are going to zoom out to 40 on our left MFD. So I'm going to go over here. And this actually works on both. But I'm going to go 40 on here. So top of climb's right there. And so 40, so you can see 20 there. And then on the right, unfortunately, I can't do it over here with the 3M, because if I do the range, it actually changes it for both. So I actually got to go up here and do this manually. So we're just going to go ahead and do 80 here. So it works on the left, but doesn't work on the right. All right, we finally got to flight level 380. I'm going to go ahead and allow you all to walk around the cabin. Just turned off the fasten seatbelt signs for all of you back there. And why is your Symphonix sign not lit up? I should light it up, shouldn't I? Maybe I'll do that when I go on break, Captain Howdy. Good catch. I'll do that. All right, we'll go ahead and turn that off. So I just got to plug it in. Hold on, let me plug it in now so I don't forget. So I got this thing. Thanks to X403, she made this for me. How cool is that? Yeah, X403, that was courteous of X403. She made that for me, and she actually made a few other props. I got a new desk that I'm going to do in-depth videos where you can all see me and see the products in front of me. Shane said when I posted a picture of it on YouTube posts in the community channel, he's like, you look like you're going to show us how to play cards, which I do play cards. I could show you how to play cards, but I think probably most of you know how to do that. There, is that better? It's a little bright. All right. So what do y'all say? Hey, Sci-Fi 2142 in the house. Let's give it up to Sci-Fi. Welcome, Sci-Fi. Good to have you here. Welcome, my friend. Where is Aces? I'm going to give you his number, I think, Captain Howdy, just so you can bother him every time we go on a stream. If he doesn't show up, I'm going to start posting his number so all of you can, like, text him. Nah, I'd never do that, but it'd be tempting. But I don't know where he is. Silver, you have his number, don't you? You could text him. I need to open this frickin' door before I frickin' melt. So let's take about a 10, 12 minute. Yeah, that's a good question, Bats. Where the hell is Jerry? I'm going to talk about some stuff that we're going to do on Monday. So we're going to fit in an extra stream next week on Monday to debut, when the embargo lifts, the new WINWING hardware for their eCam, as well as their AGP. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to talk about what I did and it wasn't even stupidly. It was just, I wasn't aware it would happen with running an uninstaller that deleted everything on my community forum. I'm going to talk about that and so much more when I get back. Again, I want to say thank you to everybody that is here, your continued support. Thank you for the donations, everybody that donated. I'll be right back. I got to cool off, get a bio, and grab an orange whip. You all do too. Grab yourself a little snack, something really nice. Okay, friends, I will be right back. Stick around, don't go anywhere. Be right back with you. Oh my. All right, friends, thanks for sticking around. Sorry about the extra time, but I actually think there's more simultaneous users when I don't have my filthy mug on and rambling. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, my damn swipe on my phone. Like, I always got to check that. Any of you have that where you use swipe? How many of you use swipe on your virtual keyboard on your cell phone or your smartphone? Cell phone? What? I just stepped back into the 90s, I think. Oh my gosh, cell phone. Does anybody call it a cell phone anymore? I think the operative term is Android. Because we all love Android here, right? This is when I get you all riled up. No, my brain can't keep up with swipe. I saw, Shane, you've been on with the flu. I'm glad you're feeling better, buddy. How is Max doing after the last stream? We had the vet check him, and he's doing much better. Thank you, Bats. I think he had a little bit of a bug. It'll always be cell phones, CP? Maybe. You might be right. You might be right. We're 212 miles from top of descent at 1819. Take a look-see. 1819. Oh, yeah, we've got, 27 minutes? So I'm going to set my sundial, a.k.a. my Garmin watch, on my wrist for 20 minutes. Just give me plenty of time to get things set up. Ernie T, what's up, Ernie? Good. Welcome to the stream. Ox Flight Simmer says, yes, this year for my birthday, I got the flu, spent the whole day in bed. Well, that sucks. So sorry to hear that, Shane. Evo says, if only I had some foxes, A-bats? Fox 3s? What are you're playing DCS now, Evo? Fox 3? Firing a missile? You know, we've actually done a DCS live stream before. You're behind, Bats. There you go. Do you have him locked? Is he locked on your target system there, Evo? He's shooting him down. He's usually flying the C-17, so that's appropriate. Oh, snap. So I said at the beginning of the stream when I landed at our destination airport that we're going to right now, which is, I can't remember. Let me try to butcher this Maple. So SBBR, the name of the airport is Aeroporto Internacional de Brasília Presidente. I guess that's not so hard. I'm going to leave the last part off because I will frickin' butcher that. Let me try it. Juscelino Kubitschek. Did I get close? Triple Seven says, I feel like the PMDG 747 is a very hot topic on this channel. It is. As it should be, right? I'm not holding my breath, though. You know, we'll see when PMDG gets their 737 NG line out, and then I'll start inhaling. Inhaling? I'll start breathing. Inhaling. God. Zoom? Oh, 777. So what I want to know, Boeing 777, is you love the 747. Why aren't you Boeing 747? I've always kind of wondered that. Or do you like the 777 better? Pilot Rick says inhaling the breathing. There you go. Ernie likes it as well. Oh, so once it's out, is that what you're going to say? You're going to change your name in YouTube to Boeing 747? This is going to show how much I don't know about the 74. Does the 747 have it does have a Rolls-Royce, I think, doesn't it? It does have the Rolls-Royce engines, right? Yes. A320 says, gotta call it an early night, early flight. Heading to Louisville to meet up with my USMC buddies for the Marines' 250th birthday. Doing bourbon tours. Wow, nice. First time we have all been together since Desert Storm. A320, let's all give it up to A320 and Chad. Thank you for your service, my friend. I didn't realize that you were in the military, my friend. That's awesome. Hoorah! Oh, no, it's hoo-ah. Jeez, you can tell I'm not a Marine. I had a roommate that was in the Marines. He was a sniper. Guy was a manimal. Louisville might still be closed. Oh. Johnny Mon, hell of a guy, says thank you for your service, A320. Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate your service, my friend. Boeing 777 says both are my favorites. Okay, yeah. Oh, and the 787 too, because that's part of your name, right? So you got 3 favorites. Man, how about that crash show? Was that not crazy? That was nuts. 3 people, was it? How many people ended up losing their life? The 3 people on the plane did, obviously. Hopefully nobody else did. 11? Oh, man. I hadn't heard that, CP. That's terrible. That's so sad. So sad. It'll be interesting to find out what happened. UPS had a 24-hour hold. I believe it. Could still be more. God, that's so sad. It'll be interesting to hear what the hell happened. Did you guys see the footage? There was some live footage. I think it might have been a ground crew that was in a emergency vehicle or some vehicle. They were at the airport, and they were filming it, and the thing was on fire. It looked like it was on fire on takeoff, because you definitely saw flames off the plane before it crashed. Yeah, Shane. Very, very sad for sure. Bluebird is working on the 787, but it's years out, probably 2 years away. Yeah, we'll wait for them to get the 7.5. By the way, we're highlighting the Boris AudioWorks Soundpack for the 777 here, and they did the Soundpack, as many of you know, for the 7.5. So Bluebird did have them do the Soundpack for that, and I interviewed for the third time Jeff Fabiano at Flight Sim Expo, and that was the first thing I asked him what was his favorite thing, because he went and tried the 7.5 there. I didn't get a chance to do it, sadly, and he mentioned the Boris AudioWorks sound for it is amazing. Of course it is. That's the other thing, getting the 7.6. Yeah, that'll be nice. 767 coming out. Yeah, baby, that'll be beautiful. MD-11 can't fly on one engine. I was not aware of that. Okay. Wait, did it lose 2 engines? Because the MD-11 has 3 engines, right? Did it actually lose 2? Man, that's crazy. Oh, man. It'll be interesting to see what the NTSB report comes out with that plane. Like, what happened? And they grounded the whole fleet. Did they think there was maybe sabotage or something? It makes you wonder. The engine fell off? Oh, man. If I remember correctly, right engine had a compressor stall, most likely due to debris. What was the, many years ago, it was at Chicago O'Hare. There was an American Airlines, it was a wide-body aircraft, passenger airliner, and one of the engines fell off. And that thing went down. DC-10, that's what it was, Zach. Okay. That's what I think of. Damn. 42 likes. Hey, thanks, everybody. Appreciate you mentioning that, Silver Killer. A320 said probably just a safety stand-down. Engine had just gone through maintenance. Okay. Look, you guys all know this story here already. You should be reporters. Eric Weston here. Eric, how's it going, man? Or is it A-Rick? I saw you before. Thank you again for the sub. Appreciate the sub. A-Rick. Yes, the number 1 engine fell off and may have actually caused the number 3 engine to have the issue it had. Son of a gun. Dang. Yeah, that is incredibly sad. You know, I guess the good thing is it wasn't a passenger airliner, right? Because that could be a whole lot worse. So thank God for that. As bad as it is, at least it wasn't a passenger airliner. MD-11 is a newer version of the DC-10, basically, yeah. 777 says, Symphonic, while the 777-747 are my top favorites, if you want my least favorite airplane, it's the A321neo. Do you like any of the Airbus Boeing 777? CP says, I posted a link to the video that I got my info from in Discord. Thanks, buddy. I'll check that out. Gosh, dang. A-Rick says, you can even call me Rick for all I care. All right, Rick. Appreciate it, man. And again, thank you for joining us tonight. And again, thank you for the sub. Everybody welcome A-Rick to the family here. Rick, you got to check out Discord. Somebody drop in an exclamation Discord, would you, in chat? And Rick, definitely check out Discord. This is only the tip of the iceberg. We've got so much stuff in Discord. We'd definitely love to have you there. We have a support channel. And speaking of support, I'll talk about what I did where I lost my entire Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 community folder. Everything. Everything. Deleted. Gone. Bam. Gone. Awesome, Rick. A320 says cargo pilots live on average 8 years less than their passenger peers. Flying nonstop, red eyes is horrible for your health, I guess. Food and Drinks channel, that's a good one, Silver. Okay, how many of you have the program? It's an awesome program, by the way. I'll just preface this. I'm going to talk now about when I lost my entire community folder, so those of you that are listening or watching don't have this happen to them. It literally cost me, it's probably at the end going to cost me about, I'm going to just estimate it about 16 hours of work to rebuild everything. I should have had a backup. I should have had an external drive and had everything backed up to it, but I never thought this would happen. So, how many of you heard of Revo Uninstaller? It's a utility you can use in Windows that does a really good job of purging not only the, because a lot of the programs will have their own uninstaller, and but they leave a lot of residual files left. This is CPU have it. So it's nice because you can run it with the uninstaller. You've used it too, Zach, and it'll find, so you can do a scan after the uninstaller, the built-in whatever application you're removing. It'll remove that, use its uninstaller, but then it'll track and find like any kind of residual files that relate or supposedly relate with the. I just see Rick just joined Discord. Thanks, Rick. Everybody say a shout out in Discord to Rick and welcome him in Discord. So what you can do is with Revo Uninstaller, you can it'll run the uninstaller that comes with the application. Then it'll find any files left over in registry settings, and it'll completely cleanly remove shit from your Windows install. And it's awesome. It's a great program, especially for those of you that have the Corsair application, because Corsair, I think the products are awesome, but their Corsair utility. I couldn't remember what it's called. IQ. It's great for fixing it because sometimes it'll break and you won't have your plugins and stuff work. And so I see a lot of you waving to Rick there. Thank you. And so what I did is, I think it was the AccuSim. They're the ones that do Comanche, I think. Is that right? The Comanche 250. But there's an actual installer that they have, which is actually nice that they have an installer. The problem is, I ran Revo Uninstaller to uninstall it. And I had the location for the AccuSim Comanche in my, naturally, MSFS 2024 community folder. And I didn't look close enough. And so when it said, hey, do you want to uninstall associated files and everything else? I'm like, yep. Guess what happened? And I remember, I'm like, what the hell's going on? It's taking forever to remove. It's not that big a program. And the aircraft it's like, what? Less than probably 500 meg. And I thought, okay, I was like looking at processes. I'm like, is there something else? And I did have like Battlefield 6 updating. So I'm like, okay, maybe the drive's busy, it's going a little slower. But it took a long time. I mean, like, long is a reference, it's all relative, but... So it uninstalls, and, because I was installing the newer version, and so I want to do a clean one. And so I load up Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it launched really fast. I'm like, wow, that was unusual. It launched really fast. What's going on? And then I get to my aircraft selection screen, and it's at the C-172, right? The default airplane. And I just immediately, it hit me, and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. Uh-oh. And all I saw were the default aircraft. And, of course, the Comanche. And I thought, oh, please, God, no. So then I went over to my community folder. Everything's gone. And I think I yelled out, you gotta be, and out loud, you gotta be kidding me. And the great dad I am, I yelled it out. My son's in the other room, I think he was playing Battlefield 6 or Roblox or something that he usually does. And I after that I'm like, oh no. And I put my head in my face in my hands, and I just realized how much work it was going to take me and how much time I had just lost. Because actually on Sunday, I planned on doing a full review in comparison to the A106, A107 Rosefire overhead panel, and that's what I was going to do last Sunday. And I realized in that moment, I just lost all day Sunday and more. And inhale, breathe in, breathe out. That exactly, Pilot Reg. That's. I couldn't believe it. I was like, no, please God, no. You know, it's one of those things where you think maybe something just got corrupted when I launched Flight Simulator, and I go to my community folder, everything's gone. So, word of warning to y'all. Don't use the Revo uninstaller for uninstalling anything out of your community folder. Even if you install third-party application, I don't care if you're doing aircraft like in my case or scenery, avoid it like the frickin' plague and don't use it. I wouldn't even use, I mean, even if you pay attention, I just would not use it, period. Because it deleted everything. So, for those of you that Revo, like you just said, Boeing 777, the rest of you use it, word of caution, I might have just saved you hours of rebuilding your community folder. Vruden, what is up? Everybody say hello to Vruden. I better go outside and look at the wing. Vruden, look at the shape of those wings. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. What did Daniel say, Ernie? Those windows, yeah. Yeah, unbelievable. But let's talk about something a little more positive and happy from Symphonetic. And that is, again, we're going to be, it's already scheduled. Many of you had asked questions about, hey, like Maple's like, when does Symphonetic ever get ahead and schedule something out and plan? Which he did have a point. But I already have it scheduled for debuting the WINWING ECAM and AGP metal. We're going to build our cockpit. It actually attaches to the Mount 5 that I have. Of course, I've got the, again, I don't have my cameras on, but like this Bravo unit. So I've got, of course, the Ursa Minor, and it's going to attach to the Mount, this is the Mount 5 panel. So there's two units that's going to attach to right here. And so we will be debuting those. We'll do a special Monday night live stream, fit in a extra live stream on Monday, this coming Monday, usual time, 7:30 p.m. my time, and we'll be highlighting that. So I'm gonna get it all set up with this, and it's going to be right here and condensed, and we'll be checking that out and debuting it because I got that stuff. Thanks again to WINWING. I got them on. I think it was Monday. Monday they sent it, and well, they sent it before Monday. But I got it already on Monday, which is fantastic. CP says, I lost all my college work as well as several years of other files to a corrupted HD thanks to ASUS's buggy overclocking software, so I know exactly how you feel. Yeah, it's so bad. It was so bad. I think what you had happen must have been worse, but I still... And then, you know, the other thing is... Like, I have add-ons linker for my... I still have Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, so that was actually a blessing in disguise, because I could go back to that and reference, like, all the shit I had purchased. And I do have, like, a third-party folder when I buy stuff, and I put the installer there with the key. So I did have that, but I didn't have that for everything. And there's just so much when you buy stuff outside of the MSFS marketplace, just remembering what you bought and installed, like between all the scenery packages and the aircraft and the utilities. I mean, it's just like, you know, have either a good log file but add-ons linker as well. I mean, that's a good one too, because it would be a reference. And I did have that for 2024, so I had some of the stuff in there, but there was a lot of stuff I hadn't added to it. And so there's some stuff I mean, I know I don't even have downloaded and installed because I don't remember what the hell I have out there. A lot of things I have that I'm sure but I have like Orbex, so I installed all the stuff from there. I have the INI builds utility, so I installed everything from there. I've got the Just Flight stuff. I've got the Sim Market, you know, so I could go back and reference all that. But there was also all the other stuff that's free that I downloaded off of FlightSim.to. Terrible. So don't let it happen to you. Revo uninstaller. Avoid it when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator and uninstalling stuff you have in your community folder. Avoid it like the plague. Trust me, you don't want to end up with an empty community folder like I did on Sunday. Flight Simmer says, Symphonic, I had the same problem when I woke up this morning and looked at the mirror again. Must have deleted my personal community folder and now I look default. Nightmare, I know. That's Flight Simmer, Mr. Witty. Love it. I know the feeling, Shane. I know the feeling. All right, as we can see, we're getting really close to our top of descent. So let's go ahead and check our chart for the ILS approach. Yeah, and unless it changed, we're doing ILS 4 and our intercept's 5150. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and plug into our PAP3 or FCU. We're going to go ahead and we're going to set this to just 5,100 feet. So let's go ahead and do that. As you can see, we will move over here so you can see as I manipulate this. We're going to go ahead and drop that down to 5,100 feet because you can't do 50 feet increments. Oop, 51. There we go. Technically, I probably should do 5,200 feet just because it's higher elevation. It's safer, but we'll do 52. We'll do 51. ILS approach. Vruden says, I'm amazed that he's paying attention. I'm doing a little bit better tonight for some reason, Vruden. I even surprised myself. How about it, guys? Have I been doing a better job watching your chat messages here? I told myself at the beginning of the stream I would do a better job of watching your messages in chat tonight. Oh, look at you, Shane. See, Shane can be a nice guy. I'm just waiting for the punchline. Oh, Evo, I took forever. Vruden, you would have just been appalled on how long. It was an hour before we got up in the air. Actually, it was a little over an hour before we got up in the air because but I wanted to show the Ursa minor throttle. I don't think there's a lot of people that have done that yet. Showing it work with the Airbus, and so it's got, you can't see it, but there's see my finger, my index finger right here? I don't know what was with that voice. There's a switch up here, so you can turn the detents off so you don't get those notch detents like the Airbus, and you have the smooth motion for flying the Boeing and other aircraft, so I wanted to highlight that. I'll just assume it'll be an hour. Flight 7 says, no punchline, I'm just hoping for a shirt before GTA 6 releases. Okay, you got me. There was a little bit of a punchline there. I read you. Hey, when is GTA 6 coming out? That's gonna be so much fun. I've been playing a little bit of Battlefield 6. It's my guilty pleasure. Late at night, when I'm done with work, done with some of the YouTube stuff, last couple nights I've been doing GTA 6. I've been doing Battlefield 6, and I'm up to level. Am I up to level 30? I think I'm pretty close to level 30, and I'm happy to report I'm not at the bottom of the pack either. Usually, next May, okay, CP. Next year on console. Oh, yeah, because it'll come out on console. But wait, are they coming out on console first? Before they come out? Oh, those sons of motherless goats. Of course they are, because of PlayStation and Xbox. Evil, I'll just enjoy my power wash too. Could be wrong on the month. That's going to be... I mean, it looks incredible, right? It's only in the console initially. But they'll come out on the PC, Evo. I know they will. You know what? I'll probably... You think it'll be on the console for a year before it comes... Oh, man, that sucks. Because, you know, as good as the PS5 and the Xbox are, they're still not going to compete with the latest gaming hardware. So it'd really be nice if they would do a simultaneous release on all the platforms. So like PC, Xbox, and PS5. Here we go. We started our descent. Another thing I love about the Boeing is I don't have to worry about watching chat and then miss the top of descent. So we're already descending, and the aircraft is getting itself drag required. Okay, we're going to enter drag. So here, I'm going to show you something, friends. Let me get the throttle camera on. And so we've got our lever here, so we're going to go ahead and put in the speed brake. And right now, I can feel it actually rumbling. You can see the air brake right now on that right wing deployed, or the spoilers. And so now we're good, and so I'm going to take that out. Johnny Mon, another donation. Johnny Mon, what the hell, brother? Hell of a guy, by the way. Johnny Mon dropping in a $5 dono.
Power wash sim, SMH. What's next? Farm sim. Oh wait.
Johnny Mon, thank you for that $5 dono, friends, and thank you, Silver Killer. Drop in some love for Johnny Mon. There we go. Thank you, John, for $5. Hell of a guy, by the way. $5 dono. Thanks so much, my friend. Thank you for the $5 dono. That's bringing you to $15 tonight, I think. Much appreciated, Johnny. Thank you so much, and the rest of you. And we also had You Wish You Knew had subscribed. I missed that. If you're still here, You Wish You Knew. Thank you for that subscription. I missed that. It must have came up when I was on break. Again, shout out to Buckle Bunny and Captain Ahoy dropping in the donation. No, it's 20. That brings you to $25. Sorry, John. You donated 20 earlier, dude. That's 25 for the night. Let's give it up to Johnny Mon. I said a hell of a guy. Thank you so much, man. That's so much. And then Silver Killer dropping in 20. That you all went insane tonight on the donos, and I greatly appreciate it. You know, you certainly don't have to do that, friends. But I do very much appreciate it. Sometimes you guys get in here and you go crazy with the donos, and I do appreciate it. And thank you so much for that. It was really not necessary, but very, very, very much appreciated. Thank you, guys and gals. Boeing 777 is going to leave before I land this? How dare you, sir? But it's 3 a.m., so I'm going to allow it. Let's do a shout-out to Boeing 777. Boeing 777, thank you for joining tonight. Says I have to get going now as it's past 3 a.m. Nice being with you in the 777. I'll catch you later. Blue skies to you, Boeing 777. Thank you. Everybody say goodbye and good night to Boeing 777 in chat. Appreciate it, brother. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. And for the suggested flights. By the way, speaking of suggested flights, Evo went crazy with the suggested flights. I do appreciate that, Evo. Johnny Mott, what the flop, dude? What are you doing? He's trying to bring me out of the woodwork. Johnny, thank you so much, John. Dropping in 5 SimFanatic memberships. Johnny, you shouldn't have. You really shouldn't have. Thank you, John. Going out. Reverend O'Neill getting a subscription, along with Centerline King, Orbital Trekker, Nicholas receiving the donations, and Queen of the Skies, that would be the 7-4. Please do if you're here, please do a thank you to our good friend Johnny Munn. That is very kind of you, sir. Thank you so much, John. That's $50 tonight, dude. You really... And you could have been applying that to some nice beverages, you know, the local brew. John, thank you so much. And all the rest of your continued support. It's you humble me, friends. You really do. Really do. Thank you so much, John, and the rest of you. Thank you, sir. You're a gentleman and a scutter. There goes the PC fund. Yeah, no shit. John, you should be saving that money for your build, dude. Got to get you here so we can build your computer, man. And Silver Killer redeeming an explosion right there to add to the excitement here. Thank you, Silver, for that. PC Fund is good and well. Thank you, John. Too kind, man. So those of you that are here and you weren't a part of the conversation before, I build my own computers, as many of you know. Some of you also do it, which is great. And so when Bats and I were in Chicago with visiting John, and he was a great host, he welcomed us into his home. And we went over to the computer store. It'll come to me. Just lost it. Micro Center. And so we went to Micro Center and spec'd out all the parts for John. He's going to get them purchased, and he's going to come visit me in Iowa. And I'm going to return the favor of being a good host, and we're going to build him a computer together. I'm going to show him how it's done. And we will get that built for you, John, and then test it out. And then I want to make sure that you find a way to get it back, because I don't want it shipped, because I don't like shipping pre-builds. I ran into a problem with one of the pre-builders. It sent me a computer when I decided not to build my own, and I came dead on arrival, and I'm like, after that, I'm like, nope, I'm building my own from here on out. Bats while drinking, yes. CP says, are you sure about that with memory prices going nuts this week? What? I haven't even seen how bad are the memory prices right now, CP. I'm surprised that the NVIDIA stuff hasn't gone worse. Osflight Summer says, I can't wait for next year's Symphonag Johnny Mon Late Night Members FS Expo stream. Absolutely, man. We'll have to fit that in, Shane. Why don't you come and join us? You could be part of that show, dude. Be great. I know. The Benjamins. I know. Again, thank you, John, for that. That was very kind of you. 64 gigabit kit went from 200. Are you shitting me? To 470? What the hell? What caused it? Is it the tariff stuff? Is it what is going on with the memory? I haven't heard. Oh, all the AI, yeah. AI is sucking up all of our hardware and our power. Damn. Yeah, John, like I said, for what you're doing, you don't need to do 64. You can do 32. I mean, 64 is nice, but 32 is going to be just fine for you. Damn. That's nuts. I hadn't heard that. Yeah, exactly. And you can upgrade later, and I talked about this, John, but, if, you usually have 4 DIMM slots, but you're better off getting 2 32s and then 4 16s. Reverend Alvin O'Neill, it's great to have you back here, Reverend. I am glad to have you here. How you doing? You just got home from church, logged on, and got blessed. Well, no, the blessing's all here, Reverend. We appreciate you joining. I hope everything's going well. Got a chance to see Reverend Alvin O'Neill. That was at Houston, I think, right, Rev? With your, was it with your son? '59s have stopped production. Yeah, because they're going to be coming out with the 6000 series, right? So they're going to stop that to, increase the demand for their 6000. Because we're coming up on that time. Grandson. Reverend, you look too young to have a grandson, dude. Well, glad to have you here. We're turning inbound here. I'm going to go ahead and deploy my speed brake again. We got to slow this giant bird down. Who's watching the landings here? 7 grandkids? Oh, that's fantastic, man. Do you get to spend time with all of them, I hope? That's awesome, brother. Now, I have noticed this. Like, you might have noticed, like, my engines were all spooled all the way up. So I'm actually got to pull the engines out. I noticed that last night. The engines were all the way at max. I was, like, looking over here. I'm like, why the hell am I flying so fast? Then I checked the engines. They're all at 100%, even though my auto throttle's on. So I don't know if that's it's got to be a bug. So we got to get this thing slowed down. Jeez, we got to get her down to 220. I've been watching chat, so I'm going to have to start, I got to start watching what I'm doing now, guys and gals. Because I missed that and that happened last night on approach. And so I never trust auto throttle. No kidding, CP, I guess. Because, yeah, that happened to me last night as well. Is my course off too? Oh no, we're going this. See it, because this is the holding pattern. No, we're on the right track. We're going this way. At first, I was like, because last night I went this way because I landed on the opposite runway. Tonight we're going this way, so this is right. First, I looked at it, I'm like, wait, we're off track. No, we're on track because we're going this way. But we're getting her slowed down. Go ahead and take the brake out. And we'll go ahead and increase the thrust again. All right. Yeah, like CP said, never trust the auto throttle. Good grief, I guess, buddy. That was almost a shit show right there. Now we got to slow down again. So we're going to deploy the auto brake. Spoilers, if you will. Let's see, let's go to the left wing. There's Bats, Evo, Ego Sky waiting. Hey, what's the weather like? Speaking of, I got to get this set, so we're gonna go ahead. Let me do something quick. We got to go to init ref. Let's get our flap set. So 137. Okay. And now we can take the brakes out. We can go ahead and add some flaps. Listen to the Boris AudioWorks. And we're not quite below 10,000, but we, before I forget, I'm just going to take off the standard pressure right now. And let's see what we have for our arrival. We're going to go over here. And let's check our flight bag and look and see what our arrival SBBR is at 1016. So we are going to set this at 1016. So I'm going to go over here and set this to 1016. And there we go. Sure if y'all can see that. Ah, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful approach. And I want to take a look over here. So let's go to our performance tab and we can see it's 137. I like to do that just as a reminder. And we should begin our descent again to get to our 7,000 feet or above for Cogno, because that's our next... I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit here on the left MFD. So I'm going to use my left MFD there. So you can see Cognos is 7,000 or above. CP says, I'd wait for Super Series coming soon. They should have more memory. Oh, there you go. You guys are still talking computers. Osspice Simmer says, Symphonic, thanks for the stream, but I have to run and drop some orders at the post office. All the best to everyone. Drop into FS Mods over the weekend to grab your it's 30% off discount. That's awesome, Shane. Shane, thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you being here. I'm even going to come on to the stream just to say good night, and thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, Shane, for all you've done for me, for the channel. your continued support, along with Flight Sim Mods. Do check them out, like Shane said, 30% off. Somebody type in exclamation FSM and get your 30% off on all this great gear. And Shane, appreciate it, man. I'm going to try to make your next live stream. Appreciate you joining and moderating tonight and being here. And again, glad you're feeling better. We will see you soon. Blue skies. Everybody say blue skies to Shane as he heads out. And again, thanks so much, Shane. Good. Now the pressure's going to be off when I land this. I don't have to worry about him giving me shit. One less person to worry about giving me shit on my landing. But I did. I did 102. Now I'm going to jinx it. Because last night I did 102. And you all can go to Discord. I posted it in the multimedia channel. And see, I posted the, while I was on approach, and then what my LRM said. It was negative 102. And the landing, it said perfect. So now I said that this is going to be a shit show. I just jinxed me. CP says, by the way, I won't rate your landing anymore. Why is that? Eat my shorts. I heard that. He's still lurking. Oh, take care, Shane. Again, appreciate it, brother. I'm going to get the right set to our approach. And so I can actually use my 3M for this. So I'm going to go over here. Actually, I lied. I can't. That's another one of those sync things. So if you're using both, be aware. So approach here so we can intercept our localizer as we come in. And I believe we're under 10,000 feet. So I'm going to turn off the audio for the music. We'll get the wing lights on and the landing lights. Runway turn-off can still stay like that as we bring this bird in for hopefully a good landing. Well, you eat my shorts, Mr. Ross Flight Simmer, as well. We're going to be doing a joint live stream with that son of a bugger. Why are we not down? What's going on? Why are we not? Why is this not following our descent profile? Because we got to be over... Okay, I got to add drag. I'm going to drag. Because when we go across this... we're supposed to be at, well, I guess 71. Oh, we're fine. 7,119. That was weird because the one before wasn't that. Okay. We're fine. We're good. We're good. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take the speed brakes out. And hopefully we can now go ahead and get this set up. So this is a little bit wonky. So one of the things when we set this up, when it comes to the speed brake and arming it, if you go a little bit down, I can... Let me see. There, I think it's armed. I think. Is it armed? Yeah, I think that's armed. So you gotta kind of, because there's detents. It's the only thing I'll say. Like the detents and the flaps and the stop points and that, you gotta kind of deal with that because it is, again, made for the Airbus, but I wanted to highlight tonight how to use it. You can use it with the Boeing. Let's go ahead and get this all ready and set. So we're going to go ahead and do... How far out are we? All right, I'm going to go ahead and do approach mode. So we're intercepting the localizer here. Not on ILS yet because we're probably too far out. But we're going to go ahead and decrease to 5,500, and we're looking good on our speed. The Super should have 24. All right, definitely have clouds. Let's go ahead and add another notch of flaps. Actually, it's going to be like 2 notches. I'm going to turn the volume up so you can hear the Boris AudioWorks. Oh, we got rain. We got precip. All right, and we're going to be intercepting the ILS right here. You can see this magenta diamond. We're looking for it to intercept here, and then our plane to follow that on the way down to 5,100. Actually, it's going to go below 5,100 feet, but that would be the intercept. And there are radio controls for this that we could plug in. And we are about at our intercept, so we're going to prepare for landing here, and we're going to get our landing gear down. So let's go ahead and get our landing gear down, and so let's go ahead and do that now. I love the animation of the landing gear, so actually I got to go inside to do it. Oop. So pull that down, and here we go. Next notch flaps. Don't try this at home, kids. I am a professional. Something. Right, we're looking for 137. Last notch of flaps. All right, here IAS is down. Let's go ahead and get this set. Do you guys want this view or do you want the other view? All right, got to get situated. What view do you want? You want view number 1, the full screen, or do you want this view where you can see the controls? Tell me now or forever hold your peace. A or B, other, doesn't matter. All right, I'll do this. And I'll turn on the throttle so you can at least see that. How's that? You can at least see the controls, but you get the bigger picture.
1,000.
1,000 feet. Continue. One of the things is I mapped the auto disconnect button on the Ursa minor throttle, and for whatever reason it's not, I don't think it's working. Oh, no, it did work. But it didn't just drop these down. There we go.
500.
All right, just autopilot disconnect. I've got that switch there.
400.
I feel a little rumble here.
300. Glide slope. 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 100. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. 20. 10.
All right, reversers. Not bad, not as good as I had last night. Reversers off. All right. Thank you, Johnny. Professional lurker. Oh, hey, how's it going, A-Pink? All right, we're going to get stopped beyond the hold short line here. Go ahead and pull up the flaps. And I'm going to go ahead and get the parking brake on. We'll get the APU on. Turn off the landing lights. Taxi light can come on. Runway turn-off lights can come on. Strobe can come off. And wing light can come off, friends. All right. Now let's see. Who else is left to land now? There we go. All right. Silver Killer's coming in. You're on downwind. Awesome, Zach. Again, those that just joined, we are flying the PMDG 777 using the WINWING URSA Minor throttle and pack 32. Along with the PAP3, as you can see here, the PAP3, the PCDs, and I talked about that if you missed it, but you can see it all works with your Boeing aircraft. I did load a profile. You can actually load a profile to get this stuff to work so you don't have to map everything in your flight simulator. Do check that out. I got to do a video on it, but they have people that share profiles, and so it's really easy to set up, and then it can save you a lot of headache with not having to figure everything out and map everything individually. So as you can see, it did work with tonight's flight with the Boeing aircraft, which is great. 335, damn, that wasn't even close, but it's passable, right, Bats? I came in a little too slow on that approach. All right, here comes TJ Turner. Who's got the landing challenge so far, Bats? Here comes TJ. We're aiming for the 1,000 footers, of course. Sure, my computer just stuttered there. Probably loading scenery. Cordial Cloud, A-Pink's coming in. Here comes Silver Killer in the A320. It keeps loading the scenery over there. Nice landing there, Silver. Yeah, my glide path was bad. You're right, CP. I was way low. Well, I was started too high, and then I got too low. So I was all over that. But here's what I'm going to say. And it's an excuse, but it's not. Last night when I was flying by myself, I'm not streaming, so I can focus on everything that I'm doing and not have to worry about, entertaining, reading chat. It does make a difference. But yeah, I was all over the glide slope, you're right. Cheers, friends! All right, we got Cordial Cloud. Cordial, how far out are you? said you were on downwind, so they're A-Pink and Cordial are coming around. Did somebody say who is in... Johnny Mon gave me a 789. Did somebody say who's in the lead? Pilot Rick says so. Mine was worse. Pilot Rick's in the lead? I'm almost touring base, I know. You do. It has that wide loop around. Downwind leg and then upwind for base and final. It's all right. We can handle it. We can take it. While we're waiting for people to come in here, I want to say again, watch for the Monday night live stream. It's a special stream. We're going to have this coming Monday on November 10th. When WinWing lifts the embargo, again, we're going to be highlighting the ECAM and their AGP medal. We're going to attach it to their Mount 5 that I have with the that we have here with the Ursa Minor throttle and Pack 32. So we'll be checking that out Monday night as a special live stream. And yeah, don't miss that. Saturday we'll be back into a GA flight. I did see Evo, you had posted a bunch of suggested flights. The rest of you, somebody drop in an exclamation Discord. Get over to our Discord server that we have a flight suggestions channel. And do like Evo, and many of you have suggested flights, and if I pick them out, I will do a shout out to you, whoever we pick, and or I pick, or we pick, and I'll do a call out to whoever suggests the flight that we do. I really only post GAs anymore, more fun. Yeah, no, actually, you know what, Evo? Honestly, that takes the most time too, right? There's a lot because you have multiple airports, multiple runways. You got to make sure that are good for the aircraft that we're flying. Honestly, my friend, if you do the GA, that's perfect because that takes me the most time. You keep doing that, Evo, and you'll be bucking for a promotion. Might have to make you a moderator. But I do appreciate you test everything. Dude, I can't tell you how much that helps, man. And you've come up with some really good lives, a lot of good routes, GA routes. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate, because it saves me a lot of time. Because I'm usually scrambling to figure out, okay, what are we going to fly? Where are we going to go? What's going to be fun? What's going to be challenging? What's going to be scenic? You know, all that stuff. So, Evo, I can't tell you, thank you so much for doing that. And the rest of you that do the flight suggestions, it really does help me a lot. You know, it gives me more time with family and a little sanity check, a little more time with BF6. I shouldn't say that. Speaking of BF6, Silver Killer, did you get BF6 yet? We got to get you in there. I know Bats has it. Maple still needs to get it. You enjoy it? That's awesome, Evo. Well, that's even better. If you enjoy it and you can help out our community and channel, I'll tell you what, and help me out. Yeah, that's awesome, man. We all have our ways of helping, right? All of you being here is helping itself, helping each other in the community and Discord and here. You guys, where you can, dropping donos helps, like you do, Evo, doing the flight suggestions and research on that. Others will just like give suggestions and other things that we can do better, I can do better. Those of you that like give me pointers and like operating the damn plane that I'm flying, like Flaps 20 tonight. I mean, all that stuff. We're just better channel for it, better community for it. So I can't thank you enough. Oz Flight Simmer and Flight Sim Mod sending the stuff that they have and supporting in those. I mean, you know, everybody's supporting in not only me but each other, which is even more important in my opinion. And Discord's a great place to support each other. We got a support channel in there, so I can't say enough to all of you, every one of you, even just watching, just being here and smashing the like button helps. Going to each airport, seeing the scenery, nothing better. I agree. Yeah, I mean, I gotta admit, I have fun doing it. Don't get me wrong. It's just, it's time consuming. And more of that can happen, the more I can like get away and break away and do more videos on news, tips and tricks, hardware reviews. I've got so many hardware reviews I got to do. I am so backlogged, and I've got VR equipment coming in, and we'll be doing that. Although I hear it can make people sick, so I got to kind of figure out a good balance for doing the reviews for that. But we do have Pimax sending us their top of the line VR headset. And I know XP72 has theirs, but they're sending us their newest. And I did send them my computer specs. I'm like, hey, you know, I stream, but here's what I got for my video card, my PC set up. So they're like, nope, your system can handle it. We're going to send you our top unit. So they're sending me that. And I don't even think it's available for order. I mean, you can pre-order it, but I don't think you can get it yet. So that's coming. I actually got a message from them today that they're going to get it shipped out. I had to sign a contract. It's like the first company I've actually had to sign a contract with. WinWing hasn't made me sign a contract, but it's all right. I usually have an agreement, like I'm going to do so much content and do reviews, but I actually had to sign something. And there's part of it was an NDA, like some of the terms and stuff I can't mention. But they do suggest I give you all my honest opinion, which is perfect because I would anyway. If they're going to give me some contract that says we're not going to ship this to you unless you say what we want you to say, I've been like, thank you, but no thanks. But yeah, we'll be checking that out as well when we get it. All right, here comes Captain Ahoy. Godspeed, Captain Ahoy. Let's see Captain Ahoy hit these 1,000-footers. He's going to do it, friends. He's got it made out. He's on approach, flying the Phoenix A320. He's looking good. His glide slope looks a hell of a lot better than mine. CP. Oh shit. Almost nailed it. Nice job, Captain Ahoy. You might be in the lead now. I don't know. We still got Cordial Cloud and A-Pink, though, coming in. It's not over yet. Oh, wait. It's not over till Symphonetic sings. Look good to you, Evo? I thought it looked damn nice. CP, what would you have given that? You'd have given that at least an 8, right? 9 times. Here comes Cordial Cloud. Are you flying the mother F Fokker? No, you are flying the Fokker. See, I got that loaded, Cordial, so we can see you in the plane. There must be the scenery that's causing my system to like kind of chop up there because I go this way when I'm and right there, it's loading the city right there. It's got to be because I don't have a third-party scenery package for the airport. Nice landing there, Cordial Cloud. And the Fokker. By the way, it tickles me pink. Many of you know this because I've talked about it before. It tickles me pink when Flight Simmer flies the Fokker 28 because he can't pronounce it Fokker. I swear, every time he says it, I swear he's saying the F-U-C-K word. I shouldn't be. I'm fine everywhere else, CP. Like here, it's just whatever reason. I mean, you may be right, but I've got 16 gigs of memory on my card, so that seems odd. I'd be running out. I mean, this scenery can't be 16 gigs. You're having the same issue at this airport, Evo? Yeah, but I mean, I'm at airports. I don't have it ever this bad, CP. You've been watching this stream for a while. For some reason, and this is a default airport, so I don't know why it's doing that. Because like when we were at Rio de Janeiro, that airport actually had a lot of textures and there was a city around and it was fine. Maybe I have some third-party thing that I have that's doing it too. All right, I'll check my memory while we're waiting for A-Pink on my video card, but I'm guessing it's fine. Let me check it. Yeah, my GPU's at only 42% right now. So I don't know. There's got to be something loading. I've got this on my M.2 drive too, so yeah, it's hard to say. Normally, I'd say you're right on that, CP, on the video memory, because those that have 8 gig cards, I remember running into that when I had my older GPU with only 8 gigs of video memory, and it would run out. Have to reload all the textures. It could be cache files, too. I mean, it could be something with the cache files. It's something. Gets worse over time, yeah. That's true too. You know, maybe CP, if I didn't take an entire hour or more on getting up in the air. A-Pink, are you close? I got a tinkle. Bio break is in order. I gotta get this plane up to the gate so we can hear the Boris AudioWorks Soundpack shut down with the engines. We can't miss that. Again, I want to say thank you to Orbex for sending us or giving us the Boris AudioWorks for the PMDG 777. I fully endorse it. And you can pick it up right now for... Let me check. Can't remember what it was on, what is it? What's the cost of it? Let me check. Products, MSFS. Ah, shoot! Did I just miss A-Pink? Wait, you were showing in a helicopter. A-Pink, why didn't you tell me you're in a helicopter? Oh, it's all good. It's all good. So right now you can pick up the sound pack for $14.89 US, so like $15. And again, I highly recommend it. It might be something with video memory because it just like reloaded all those textures. So CP, it could be something weird with that. All right, let's get over there with Silver Mother Fuddin' Killer. Thank you, Silver, for the Orbix Discord. I think I got that link. I don't remember. Maybe I didn't. Did I turn that on? Oh, yeah. There it is. Silver Mother Fuddin' Killer. I tell ya. We'll go with this view. I do love the fact that the foliage is all here. There's Silver. Where should we park? Could have parked there, maybe. We'll go over here with the group. Stroll on over to the group. Cordial Cloud and Captain Ahoy over here. Sorry, Silver, I didn't mean to leave you back there. Come and join us. Look at these signs. So there is, I think Just Flight has like Europe taxiways where it'll place the taxiway markers in that so you're not like running over them in the middle. Like, look at all these in the middle of the frickin' in the way here. And again, we're using the Orion Rudder Pedals with the damper kit. You can actually dial this thing in pretty tight. I definitely recommend getting the, if you get the WINWING pedals, I'm trying to see if I can get the Airbus ones, but I definitely recommend them. But if you get them, I would definitely go ahead and turn on the parking brake here. I definitely recommend getting them with the damper kit that I have. They sent me. Again, shout out to WINWING. All right, let's go ahead and we should have the APUs on. We'll go ahead and turn off the strobe. The taxi light can come off. Runway turn-off lights can come off. Let's go ahead and shut her down. So we're going to go down here. And let's turn off the music. And let's listen to the engines shut down here. Power off. Great sound. And again, the Boris AudioWorks has the passengers, so you can hear the passengers. And if you have Pack X or something like that, you could always use that. And we could always do GSX too. So while we close out, we'll go ahead and deboard. Deplane, deplane. All right. The heck? That was weird. It's got this thing in the background here. Oh, it doesn't recognize it. Okay, that's fine. I'm not going to mess with that. But what I am going to say is I'm going to say goodnight to all of you. I do appreciate every last one of you. Again, thank you all for being here. First and foremost, for being here, being part of the live stream in the show, because this is our channel. You're all just as much a part of it as I am. No, really. I'm serious about that. And I want to say thank you again to Johnny Mon for dropping in the 5 gifted memberships, the $25 in dono. We are glad to have you. Wish you knew. Subscribe. Thank you for that subscription. It's Captain Ahoy. Thank you so much for that $10 dono, buddy. Definitely appreciate that. Along with you, Johnny Mon, again, for the donos. Let's see, who else? Silver Killer, thank you so much again for the $20 dono. Buckle Bunny, thank you for the $20 or so donations, with Rocky Balboa and all the rest. A-Rick, thanks for joining. Welcome you to our SimFan family. Thank you for the 46 likes. Can we hit 50, CP? And the rest of you, if you haven't smashed the thumbs up button, please do a like. But I want to say, let's go ahead and see who got the top fans award tonight. Johnny Mon, of course, coming in at number 1. Let's give it up to Johnny Mon. This is the top 10 for top fans I do at the end of every stream. And then coming in at number 2, A320. A320, thank you for that support. Coming in at number 3, we've got CP6565. Number 4, my friend and contributor now with the GA flights is talking about Evo, Eagle Sky. Evo, thank you so much for that. Number 4 placement. Number 5 coming in is our good friend and moderator. Of course, it's Bats. Give it up to Bats. Coming in at number 6, it is a guy who already left. It was 3 a.m. and now it's probably about 4 a.m. Give it up to Boeing 777. Coming in at number 7 is Zach Cool, keeping it cool. Zach, thank you so much for your support and for being here. Coming in at number 8, no one else but Silver Mother Killer. Silver, thank you so much, man. Coming in at number 9 is our good friend who already left, unless he's lurking, is All Flat Simmer Shane. Appreciate it. Thank you, Shane. I know he'll come back and listen. And, of course, our good friend coming in, last but not least, certainly, is Mr. Nobody Else, the guy now tied down in holy matrimony. It is our good friend, Pilot Rick. Let's give a shout-out to Pilot Rick. And all the rest of you, again, thank you so much, everybody. Silver Killer, Reverend Evan O'Neill, good night. Thank you for joining us. Captain Ahoy, again, Bats, and Evo, Eagle Sky, CP65. I'm just reading a few up. Pilot Reg, Zach Cool, and all the rest of you. And I know I've missed some of your names. Don't fret, I'll get you next time. But friends, thank you so much for being a part of it. A-Pink as well. We will see you on Saturday. Don't miss that. We're going to be streaming on Saturday at a GA flight. From Evo, I'm sure I'll pick one of his. He dropped a bunch of them in Discord. And then again, Monday, November 10th, the release and the exclusive and early look at the WINWING ECAM and AGP Metal. Don't miss that either for an extra bonus stream. We're going to be checking that out. Until then, friends, stay safe. Have a great rest of your week. It's hump day. 2 more days to go of work and then the weekend off for those that get the weekend off. We'll see you then, friends. Take care. Good night. This is SimFanatic signing off. Love you all. We'll see you soon, friends. Good night. Take care.